Welcome to our introductory course to learning HTML. My name is Lawrence and I'm excited to have the opportunity to be your instructor for this course. I've been designing and developing websites since 1999, so I come to you with a lot of experience and a great passion for anything web and web developing. And HTML is at the very heart and at the very core of the internet. So when you want to develop websites, HTML and understanding HTML is a must for creating content online. CSS and JavaScript as well, they're very important for creating website content, and they're used to support those HTML elements. So at the very heart of it, it's HTML, and then CSS gives us the ability to create some styling, and JavaScript gives us the ability to add interactions into our websites. In this course, we're going to be running through the very basics of HTML, taking you from start to finish in order to be able to create a website from scratch with just using HTML. So understanding the basic foundations of HTML, different editors that are available and how HTML is written and how web pages are constructed, how to create your own boilerplate template so that you can use that in order to create and recreate multiple web pages. We've got various exercises as well, and I strongly do encourage you to take advantage of these exercises and try them out for yourself, because these are great opportunities to practice writing HTML. The more you practice HTML, the more familiar you get with it and the better you can get with it, and at some point it becomes second nature to write HTML code, so you don't really have to think about all the different tags. And that's another really good thing about HTML. There's probably about 90 to 100 different tags that are available in HTML, and for the most part you're only really going to be using about 15% of those. So just having a basic core understanding of what's available is all that you really need to do to get started with HTML. You can literally pick up HTML and get started with it. So just understanding that there are tags, elements, and attributes within those elements is what this course is going to be presenting to you and give you the solid foundation for creating HTML. We're going to look at all kinds of important tags that are used quite often in HTML, such as headings. We're also going to look at common tags to separate out content such as paragraphs, line breaks, how those fit in to the structure of your website, and how you can use those to represent content. Also, when it comes to coding, so that your code is nice, neatly written, so that how the spacing is handled, how you can comment within your code, and how your white space is treated within your code. Looking at different characters that you can use within HTML and what's available for characters. Then we're going to run through a lot of the different markup. So again, some of this markup you might use on a regular basis, some you might never use, but it is important to understand what's available and that if you do need to use it, that this is the way that it works and this is what's available. Next, we're going to jump into linking. Linking is super important. Linking is what the internet is all about, and understanding how to create those links in HTML helps you string together your website content as well as string together that content into additional web pages. We're going to create various exercises. So one of the exercises that we're going to be creating is to create a navigation bar. Then bringing in images. So images are a great way to add more engaging content to your website really easily. So how to add HTML images. We're going to create another exercise. We're going to create a portfolio type layout just using images and some basic HTML. Then we're going to jump into lists. So lists allow us to categorize our content better. So a number of different options for lists. We're going to be reviewing those. And then we're going to come to an exercise to create lists of services that could be offered on our hypothetical website. So create how to select a list to use and how to create those lists. And then tables as well give us a great opportunity to structure content. So we're going to be looking at how to create tables in HTML, and our exercise for tables is how to create an hours of operation chart for our website. So it's demonstrating the different hours that our company is open, potentially open, and when it's closed, and how to put that on within our web content. Then comes to forms. Forms are super important, and understanding forms, there's quite a lot to forms. There's a lot of options to forms. So understanding what's available is super important when it comes to forms and being able to design and lay out a form. And then the exercise for the forms, we're going to construct a contact form. So almost every website out there has contact forms. So being able to construct a contact form within HTML is super important. So this is an example of the contact form that we're going to be creating within this course. Next, we're going to look at the semantic elements. So with HTML5, we were introduced to some new elements. And semantic basically means that there's more meaning behind these tag names. So we see header, footer, article, section, nav. So all of these terms, they just make sense, and you can begin to estimate where these tags are going to fit in just by knowing the name of the tag. We're also going to look at frames, how we can use iframes within our website development. And then our final exercise for the course is just to string it all together and create a finished product, a website that we can use. And of course, the source code is all included. You can also tweak and update the source code to make it your own, to customize it and practice that source code. So just an example of the website. So it's going to look like this, where we've got a home page, we've got some links within the home page, and we've got a portfolio page, we've got an about me page, contact page, and then we've got a link out to a social account, which I'm not going to click, but it's just there within our navigation menu. So essentially, this is the website and the content that we're going to be creating within this course, and it's all HTML. There is some CSS involved, not a whole lot, and just really some basic CSS to provide some additional structure, because now with the changes of HTML5, we're not using attributes within the tags, we're using styling, and we use the style attribute within the tag to bring in CSS styling into some of the elements within our web page. This course is designed as a start to finish course, step-by-step course in regards to HTML. So if you're already familiar with HTML, you can skip over lessons that are not relevant to what you want to learn, but do please take advantage of the exercises, because they provide a great learning opportunity to create some real-world type examples of HTML being used on web pages. So when you're ready, let's begin creating some HTML code.